Hi everyone, I'm back for another story time, and this is the story time about what, and I have a lot of story times with Todd. It's fucking crazy, like Todd and fucking Carlos, like those fucking two, the fucking two right there. But anyway, this is a story time about when me and Carlos broke up, and I had moved out, and he started fucking with this ugly bitch, this stalker bitch. And I went all the way back at 3 o'clock in the morning to go whoop this bitch ass. Yes, I know. Now I would never do no shit like that. But no matter of fact, no matter of fact, let me rephrase that, because no, she asked for that. She asked for it. It wasn't like I went there over this nigga. It wasn't like we was fucking with the nigga at the same time situation. It wasn't none of that. It was this bitch's brain was fucking loose. Like, you understand? Her fucking brain was loose. Well, anyway, here goes the story time. When me and Carlos had, see, I already fucked up. When me and Todd had broke up and I moved out and we was done. I was gone, I would say like a good like 2 months or some shit, right? Now, I was gone, but the nigga was holding some of my shit hostage. So at the end of the day, I'm like, I want my shit. Like, you understand? Like, the shit you bought, you could keep. But, like, I came here fly. Like, it's certain shit of mine that I need. Like, you understand? I don't need none of these bum bitches that you used to fucking with. Because that was his norm before fucking with me. That's why I don't think he could take me. Like, you understand? And it was too much for his fucking brain. But I don't think so. So, it was like, I would say it was like a Friday. No, not Friday. Matter of fact, yes, it was Friday. It was Friday, like 3 o'clock in the morning. Now, I'm asleep. So, someone calls my phone, but they call my phone private. So, I picked the phone up. I'm like, all sleepy, groggy, like, hello, They don't say shit and then hang the phone up. So, I'm just like, whatever, I go back to sleep. 2 seconds later, here it goes again. So the person, mind you, I don't know who the fuck this is, because mind you, I wasn't fucking with nobody's nigga. It wasn't I didn't have a nigga. Like, you understand? I was me. Like, I was solo dolo. So fucking the person did this shit for like 10 times. They did this 10 times, like in a fucking row, where it was like, okay, somebody clearly has no life. Now, they didn't call no more after like the 10th time. Now, the next day, they did some similar shit. Now, this person did this shit for fucking 2 weeks. But it was like clockwork. Like, you understand? It wasn't like random times of the day. It wasn't none of that shit. So now, after that, I start getting calls from Todd's phone at that time. You understand? Because, like I said, I still had his phone number and stuff like that, because I needed my shit back or whatever. So I'm just looking at it because it's like he has no real reason to be calling me at those fucking times. So I was just like, fuck it. I'm not answering this shit. So it's back to back to back. No messages, no nothing. So the next day, I call him and I'm like, yo, why you calling me at booty call hours or whatever? Like, I don't fuck with you like that. Like, what? You was coming to bring my stuff, or you was coming like gonna let me come get my shit? Like, that's what you was calling for? So Todd is ignorant. So he's like, what, bitch? What? Ain't nobody fucking call you, bitch. Ain't nobody, like, you understand? Like, he's disgusting, because a little background on Todd, and this is before I dealt with him. Todd was a former pimp. So his fucking whole total outlook on women is just fucking disgusting. Like, he done called his own mother a bitch. Like, you understand? That's why, like, I knew me and this nigga couldn't go nowhere. Because if you could disrespect your mother like that, there's no possible in the world you won't have any respect or anything for me. So, I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever and stuff. Like, watch your mouth. Like, it's like, that's the only thing you know how to do is curse. That's all you know how to do is call people bitches and stuff. So, we get into a little mini argument, whatever. I hang the phone up on him. Now, the weekend comes again, because now this person clearly was the weekend bitch or some shit like that, because you don't call Monday through Friday. You understand? You call on the weekend, and then even like the calls used to end, like the funny shit would end like around Sunday at 7 o'clock. So you wasn't calling after that. So you had to be home clearly wherever the fuck you belonged to. You wasn't living there or whatever it was like that. Like when I found out that it was this person. Now the background on this person, when me and Todd was living together, he had a god sister. Now something, it just never sat right with me. It was like, son ain't right. And even if that is your god sister, that's not like your real sister or nothing like that. So it's like, y'all could still be fucking. So it's like, that's not supposed to like really make me feel comfortable. And then it's like when she used to come to the house, because the weird shit is her fucking uncle. It's some real hood shit where it don't even make no sense. Basically, nobody's fucking related in this fucking situation. But we was subletting his uncle's apartment that we was living in. Like, you understand? So his uncle was like a Muslim or some shit like that, or pretend to be Muslim or whatever. I don't know, because it was like, all right, whatever. But he had more than one fucking wife. Now this one wife used to come down from another place, but she would come, like, she wasn't coming all the time, but we would let her like stay, like, you understand, she would come like for the weekend when she would come in and go about her fucking business. Now all of a sudden, said god sister always want to come up here when she up here, but it's not even the fact that she's coming up here when her aunt is up there. It's the fact that her energy was just all off, and it was just like, it's like, I don't know, it was just funny style. So back to the story time. I guess finally this person gets courage, but the thing is, you get encouraged, but you calling, like, I guess he was asleep. And not trying to be funny, because Todd was so ignorant and fucking immature or whatever and stuff. Who knows? That nigga probably was telling that stupid bitch to call my fucking phone. But I pick up like, okay, I want to know what the fuck this nigga calling for. So the bitch go, leave Todd alone. So I'm like, what? Who's this? Excuse me? Leave Todd alone. No, excuse me. Rewind. She didn't even go to Todd yet. She was like, leave my nigga alone. Excuse me. So I'm like, leave your nigga alone. Who are you? I don't even have a nigga I'm fucking with. Like, who's your nigga? So fucking, that's when this bitch was like, Todd, leave Todd alone. So I was like, first of all, I'm not even fucking with Todd, but the gag is, Todd is everybody nigga. Like, bitches, you stupid. Todd is everybody nigga. He the whole community nigga. That's why I don't fuck with him. Like, that's what you calling me? You calling me at these times of the day? And it's like, shit like that used to be funny to me, like, when I was younger. So she's trying to talk cute and say some most like cute shit, but you sound ignorant as hell. You sound young as hell. Matter of fact, not even sound young as hell, because I fucking knew this bitch or whatever and stuff. Matter of fact, no, she did sound young as hell, because at this time, excuse me, I didn't fucking know that it was the said god sister. That's gonna come up how I found out it was the said god sister. But motherfucking, she's like, oh, like I see, like, you be calling him. I said, like, bitch, I'm calling him so that you don't wear my shit. That's what I'm trying to do. I don't want that nigga. So if I was you understand? Because you the rebound bitch. If I was you, I would stop calling and playing on my motherfucking phone before I go and fuck that nigga and then upset you for real and then give you something to fucking call me about. Like, I don't have time to play with you, little girl. Like, you understand? Like, go back to sleep. Like, why are you fucking with me? Like, my PlayStation and shit is still there. Like, why don't you go play that shit? Because, like, what? Like, did you just finish fucking Todd? And you still got fucking, like, 50-something minutes left of free time? Like, do something with it. Like, don't call my phone no more. And then I hung the phone up. Now, the bitch want to play all night. I don't want to play with you, girlfriend. I don't want to play with you, girl. So now, fucking, the one friend of his girlfriend that I stayed cool with, like, I'm telling her, like, you know, she laughing, but she don't know that this stupid goofy bitch, because she seen the bitch before, just like the older, like, lady that I spoke about in the other one. And when I say she's older, at the time she was like 40 years old. So I don't mean older like she elderly or whatever and stuff like that, but like, they was seeing this bitch, like, you get what I'm saying, like, around in the neighborhood or whatever and stuff, like when they was together, and they was like, oh, like, he don't care about her, like he got her walking around with scarves on her head and all this other shit. And then they told me about some story, because the bitch's mother, this is how fucked up Todd was, but this shows how even more fucked up the bitch was, because the bitch's mother smoked crack. Even though people, like, crackheads gonna get crack from anywhere, like, your boyfriend really shouldn't be selling crack to your moms or whatever and stuff like that. And fucking another time The police knocked on the door, supposedly. See, people talk all the business. That's what people don't be knowing about my fucking ass. I could just sit and just be talking about how nice the weather is, and people just want to divulge everybody fucking shit. Like I need that, or I'm here for it. When I'm really not. Like, I'm not even into that type of shit. So fucking this shit is crazy. But she kept playing on the phone. So, when I called a friend, she's like, oh, she's a bum, whatever, and stuff like that. Like, don't let that shit bother you. I'm like, yo, she gonna keep playing on my phone. I'm gonna fuck her up. Like, I'm gonna go out there, because like I said, the stupid bitch was calling like clockwork. And it never changed up. That 3 o'clock in the morning shit never changed up. All that shit never fucking changed up. It only changed up within like a half an hour of a time period. So maybe if it was 3 o'clock on fucking Friday, it was fucking, I don't know, 2 o'clock. It never changed up where it was like, oh, it was in the afternoon today. It wasn't none of that fucking shit. So it was like, I know when you there, stupid. Like, you playing with me, but I know when you're fucking there. So now we get to this fucking point where now I find out it's the said god sister. Now, Todd used to always like to put his jewelry in and out of like pawn shops and shit like that. So the last time he put his jewelry in the pawn shop, he put it in my name. Now, I went on about my business. I don't got no fucking ill feelings. I don't got shit going on. Like, you understand? And by this time, I done got my shit back. Like, you understand? Because had I not gotten my shit back, he was not getting his fucking shit back. I would have just took all his shit, and then, you understand, I'd have bought new shit. Straight up. So I guess he knew and understood that by the time when he knew he wanted his shit back. So it's like, oh, let me come up with her shit, and then let me be fake cool for a little bit, and then everything gonna be straight. Now, something was wrong with my car. So I'm like, listen, and because the pawn shop was way far from where I was living at the time. So now he's like, oh, I'll pay for the cab. Just take the cab. I'll pay for the cab here and the cab back, and I'll give you $50 for your troubles. So I'm like, all right, cool, bet. So now I go down there and I bring like somebody with me. You understand? Because I don't trust this nigga. I don't fuck with this nigga like that. He's real snake-like. So fucking, I see him, we trying to be fake cordial or whatever. Now, the car he got out of was some little bullshit ass hatchback bullshit shit. Now, the person that was in the driver's seat, it looked like it was a nigga. Like, no shade. It looked like a fucking nigga. Like a out of shape nigga. Just straight up. Just pure nigga. So I just was like, okay, like, you understand? I thought, like I said, I thought it was a nigga, so I thought it was one of his homeboys. So now when we in the pawn store or whatever, the pawn shop, there's a mirror like next to the door. So it's like the door is a open, clear door. So I'm staring in the mirror. So he trying to make fake conversation like, yo, how your mom? Like, you understand? Like, I'm like, she fine. I'm like, how yours? He like, she cool. Like, I was like, all right, whatever. So he gives me $50. So I was like, oh, thank you. And he was like, oh, no problem. So I'm looking in the car. I'm like, but I don't say shit to this nigga because, like I said, I ain't give a fuck. I ain't have no fucks to give about this nigga. But it was like, oh, my suspicions was fucking right when we was living together. It's this ugly bitch. So I was like, okay. But now, where she went to the left, like after all that shit was said and done and everything like that, and I get in the car. It wasn't no funny shit. He went and got his car. They went, 2 fat people in a hatchback looking stupid. But, and there's nothing wrong with fat people. But, like, in the hatchback, 2 fat people, that shit look crazy as fuck. But, we was in the cab, me and my friend. I was talking, I was saying what was going on and stuff like that. We get back to the block. Now, this is the weekend. Later that night, fucking, here go the stupid bitch. So now, because it's funny to me, because you ugly as hell, you look like shit, you have no money, y'all broke, look stupid. Like, you understand? I'm gonna clown you now, bitch. Like, this is entertainment time. So she called, she's like, yeah, oh, you think you cute? And that's why I was like, this bitch must have been slow or something like that. Because who does that? Like, who, even if you wanted to pop shit, that's not the good shit to pop. Like, you think you cute. Like, you think you cute. Okay, I think you stupid. How about that? So now, I'm like, listen, bitch. You need to go and dip your face in some dough and make some fucking gorilla cookies and leave me the fuck alone. Because at the end of the day, listen, it takes sleep for me to be cute. You up fucking with people. That's why your ass look the way you fucking look. You need more sleep. You need more water. Leave me the fuck alone. So then she's like, what? What? You trying to say I'm ugly? I said, I'm not trying to say you ugly, bitch. You ugly. You ugly as fuck. You ugly as fuck. You ugly. Leave me the fuck alone. So I hung the phone up. Went and called my homegirl. So I'm telling her, and she's like, nah, you bugging. You serious? Like the one that used to be coming to the house? I said, yes, girl. That bitch. His god sister. So she's like, oh my God. No good. So I'm like, yo, if this bitch play on my phone all night, because now I got her fucking shit together, next weekend, I'm going to come out there and I'm going to fuck her up because I don't have any time for this. So now my homegirl was like, listen, she not worth it. You know, don't do all that fucking shit because only the ugly girls want to do. They want to scratch your face up. They don't really. I said, listen, she not going to be scratching shit up. She not going to scratch shit up. I'm dead ass. That bitch called me. She's going to have an issue. Now, the bitch called that next weekend. But see, I was already ready. Like, you understand? Like, I was fucking up. I was fucking dressed. Like, I wasn't dressed. I was comfortably dressed. But, like, I had most of my fucking attire on. Not that I needed to be dressed like that. But I needed to be dressed enough if I'm gonna whoop a bitch ass. Like, I'm not going to be coming out there in no fucking pajamas. So now, I'm on the phone with my homegirl, whatever and stuff. I'm just trying to, you know, just be ready because, like I said, this stupid bitch was calling me like clockwork. So I'm just waiting for the call. Like, I'm early for the call. I'm up for you, girlfriend. I'm ready. So now the bitch called. So I'm on the phone. I get the, you know, the do. Tell my homegirl, oh, I'm going to call you back. Somebody on the other line. So she like, all right, call me back. So I click over. It's the silly bitch. So I was like, all right, okay, listen, check this out. I'm going to fuck you up. So she's like, what? I was like, listen, I'm going to fuck you up. And I think she thought, like, I was just talking shit, like, because she was talking shit, so I'm into shit talking. And I think a lot of people be thinking that, but I'm really not. Like, I'm not into the shit talking. Like, I'm into the action. I'm not really, like, you talking shit to me is kryptonite. That'll scare me more than the actual fight part. Like, I'd rather just get to that part. All that screaming and all that other stuff is I can't. Like, I just don't like to do that. So, she's like, what, bitch? You know, all the regular ratchet, stupid shit. And I was there for it. I was like, okay. But I was like, you know what? I'm not talking to her. I'm talking to myself now. I'm thinking in my mind. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to go out there. I'm not going to drive out there tonight. I'm not. I'm really not, because this bitch probably try to want to come down. She might want to come down with something like, nah, I'm going to do something way more epic. Something that is way more like, bitch, don't fuck with me. So, excuse me. I burped a little. Fucking. So I just, you know, I relaxed. I called my homegirl back. Just was talking like, yeah, this stupid bitch called my phone, playing on my phone again about a nigga I don't even fucking want. I don't even fucking want. He's not even a trophy. I'm not even thinking about. So she's like, you know, we back to the shit talking about the bitch. Now, the next weekend comes. See, this was a long ass fucking time. This is why I say some bitches have no fucking time. And it's like they have no life. They have too much time on their hands. Like some of the trolls on YouTube, they have just way too much time on their hands and too much hate in their fucking blood. But that weekend, like when I said I was gonna do something epic, right? I was like, all right, because this stupid bitch is I know for a fact, like I could have bet my life on it that she's gonna call. But this time I said, you know what? I fucking want to be all the way there because, like I said, I lived real fucking far from where I used to live when I lived with Todd. So fucking, you know, I have to, you know, pay tolls, you know, all of that fucking shit. So I'm just like, I'm going to be there. So I started driving or whatever. So my homegirl happened to call because I guess she know, like, you know what I'm saying, just to keep me calm, like, or whatever. So I was like, nah, I'm not thinking about that bitch. I'm not thinking about her at all. She ain't called yet. I'm not thinking about her at all. Mind you, fucking, I'm in the car talking to her. But now when I get to pay the toll, because you're not supposed to be on the phone or whatever and stuff like that, I had to put the phone down. So I told her, I was like, hold on, I got to put the phone down for a second. So I was talking to the toll person when I was paying the toll. So when I got back on the phone, my homegirl was like, yo, where you at? And I was like, what? She's like, where you at? I was like, I'm in the house. So then she's like, you not in the fucking house, bitch. You not in the house. Like, who was you outside? Where you at? And I was like, all right, I'm on my way to their house. So she was like, yo, why are you paying her any attention? And I'm like, no, she wants all this attention. So I'm just gonna give her the attention. So now when she calls me, I'll be downstairs. So I could just tell the bitch to come downstairs. And I'm gonna bust her in her fucking face with this truck club because I don't have time for her ass. Because when I say this bitch was fat. Like you're not about you're not about to try and drag my little ass. Nah, not today. Not today. And God must have been on that goofy bitch side, I swear to God. Because I'm sitting there. I'm sitting there an hour now. I ain't get no fucking call. I'm like, yo, this is around the time. So now it's a fucking hour and a half. So now I'm like, okay. So now I'm mad because I done drove all the way here and I done paid toll. So I said, fuck it. So I'm trying to ring the bell to get in the building. Because I'm like, I'm going to knock on motherfuckers' doors. Like, and as soon as she open the door, I'm just going to drag her or whatever and stuff. If he open the door, I'm going to spray his fucking fat ass. It's going down because you're not going to play with me. You understand? And then come to find out you was fucking my nigga. I leave. You understand? And it's like she done stalked me on fucking social media. This bitch was on my motherfucking Facebook. And then the gag is you on my Facebook. Like he tried to make a mini, like tried to turn her into me, which was impossible because she's ugly. Like you can't, that wasn't gonna happen. Like you could do all the makeup, you could do all the fucking shit in the fucking world. She still look like shit. And you just made her look like worse shit because she just should have been regular shit. Now she got, it was just horrible. And then you taking pictures. You using my motherfucking, my smell goods. That's nasty. Like it was like you just ratchet and disgusted and ain't got no fucking identity, bitch. Like you understand? So it just was, that shit just was too fucking much. And that shit had took me all the way out of my fucking character. But after that, I got that bitch back though, not trying to be funny because I didn't have a phone number for her because one time Todd called me or whatever stuff because like I said, I was going to get that fucking bitch back. I told that bitch, don't fucking play with me. Like, don't play with me. Fucking, he called me from that number, but I didn't know it was her fucking phone number or whatever. And something was telling me because I saved that fucking phone number because I didn't understand why he didn't call from his fucking number. And I called it back, but I called it back private too. And it was this goofy bitch voice. So I was like, oh, now I can play fucking private number games too now. So I just started playing music and all this other stuff. So now one time me and Todd, we did go to the telly. Yes, we sure fucking did or whatever. And I called her fucking phone and I made him say a whole bunch of stuff. Not made him like put him on the fucking phone. Like I don't even know to this day whether the bitch picked up or not. But if she didn't pick up, you got a nice little voicemail or whatever. Don't fuck with me, bitch. Like don't play with me. But I pressed the shit, the fucking the call button, and he didn't fucking know. And I was like, who do you love? And he's like, oh, I love you. And I was like, who's your mommy? You understand? Like he's like, oh, so like no, bitch. And then I went and stopped fucking with him. That was the last fucking time. Like, goodbye. Now you could go back to your raggedy fucking